Hi, my name is John Cole, and we've been coming to Center Pointe since 2006. We moved from upstate New York for a job change, and Center Pointe was the first church that we tried, and we've stayed here all this time.
We actually found Center Pointe in the Yellow Pages back in the old days. Once we found the webpage for Center Pointe, we got online and did some research, and we were very happy with the things that we saw. And once we attended a service, we knew it was the church for us. We joined the creative arts ministry fairly quickly. We needed some time to just sit down, and we were pretty burned out from our old church in New York, and we just needed to sit down and worship and be a member of the congregation for several months before we actually stepped forward and auditioned. I had to audition for the worship team for the band. That's just been a wonderful, wonderful experience because those people I consider family, and they've walked beside us through many, many different things that have happened in our lives since we moved here.
We've had some difficult times in the last 6 years. In 2011, I found out my job was going to be eliminated, and for the first time in my life, I was unemployed. That was very difficult. I wasn't prepared for it emotionally or psychologically. Really didn't know how to even look for a job after all that time. I started doing contract work to earn a paycheck, and that type of work. You work someplace for a period of time, and then you go somewhere else, or you might have some downtime. So we came to church many weeks broken, just thinking about all the things that you have to pay for in life, to make your mortgage payment and all your bills and stuff like that. But Center Pointe was a life raft for us. At the end of many services, we would just be in tears because we just needed to have God be with us in the moment. And the people at Center Pointe rallied around us. People would come up and put their arm around us and pray with us. Just be there. They didn't have to do anything or bring meals or anything like that. It was just that we knew that we could come here and there would be people that would just be there, and God would bring different people at different times. It filled the need at the time.
I think it's very significant that Center Pointe accepts people the way they are, because you don't have to wear a mask here, and you don't have to put on your happy face when you don't have one. It's just been very refreshing for us here to be accepted as we are.
We've always tried to be generous in our lives. We've always tithed. My wife actually taught me how to tithe because she came from a tithing family. When you lose your job and you lose 2/3 of your income, that obviously leaves you to a decision point where you have to decide, is this what we want to do? Do we want to continue to tithe on a lesser income, when there's the possibility that, we can't pay our bills somewhere down the road? So, we made the decision that God is still first and still gets the first fruits. We'll just trust Him to be faithful, like He said He would be, regardless of whatever our income was in a particular week. We tithed it, and I didn't fret about it. I didn't have second thoughts about it. I think we were of one mind that we were going to continue in the road that we were, and if we could help other people, then we would give out of that, because again, I think God is faithful and provides out of His abundance to us.
Being raised in a tithing home, I gave my tithe every Sunday because my mother told me to and my father told me to, and they gave me money to put in the offering at church. And as I got older and into my teenage years and 20s, I tithed because God told me to. And then there came a point, I don't know when, where I did it because I wanted to, because God said to, yes, but because I wanted to, and I wanted to give out of my heart, and I believe that God did that.
There is definitely joy in being able to respond when there's needs. God lays things on our hearts beyond the regular tithe. I'm an accountant by trade, so I did do the math, like Joanne said. God told me to trust Him anyway. Forget the math and just trust and be open and available to the opportunities that He brings to us when there's need. We like to do secret giving whenever possible. Surprise someone and then hear them tell others about it. It's a joy to see people respond, and it makes us feel good because we obeyed what we felt God was telling us to do at the time. God doesn't want us to give out of obligation. He wants to give out of a joyful heart. It's not always easy to get there, but when you do get there, God just fills you up. For folks just starting out, I would encourage, gravitate to people that are doing it and walk with them, or ask them what's your story? What does God's word say about it? There's plenty of verses that you can, look up on Google or, in a Bible index that talk about, giving and sacrifice. And, if it was good enough for the disciples, it's good enough for, those of us that follow.
It's a leap of faith, and I would encourage people to take that because they won't be sorry.